Shakers. President Joko Widodo has instructed the enforcement of the import ban on used clothing as it threatens Indonesia's domestic textile industry and micro, small to medium-sized businesses or MSMEs. So what are the strategies that are being implemented to eradicate the smuggling of used clothes and thrifting in the country? Let's take a look.
The practice of buying and selling imported used clothing is still a phenomenon in Indonesia. Not only is the price cheap and affordable, but sometimes it even is in branded goods, which makes people very interested to buy it. However, the sale of imported used clothing is everywhere, not only in Jakarta's malls, but also in the city of Bandung, as well as other cities in the region. This does meet the high consumer demand for these clothing goods, but however, it disrupts the textile industry and local small to medium-sized businesses in the country. Based on the Indonesian Statistics Bureau, the value of used imported clothes reached 4.2 billion rupiah per year. The existence of the sale of imported used clothing makes many worry about the existence of domestic products that are increasingly being deserted. So Indonesian President Joko Widodo has instructed his staff to immediately stop the import of used clothing, as it's disrupting the local Indonesian economy.
Betul, dan ini sudah sehari dua hari sudah banyak yang ketemu. Itu mengganggu industri tekstil di dalam negeri, sangat mengganggu.
Larang dan sanksi.
Jadi yang namanya impor pakaian bekas stop. Mengganggu, sangat mengganggu industri dalam negeri kita.
However, it is undeniable that the sale of imported second-hand clothing has become crucial for many consumers. One of the imported second-hand clothing traders in Mojokerto, East Java, Dadang Wahyu, has been selling imported second-hand clothing since 2019. In selling imported second-hand clothing, the turnover rate for him has been quite promising. And according to Wahyu, the sale of imported second-hand clothing does not damage the market because each community is different. According to Wahyu, with the ban on the sale of imported used clothing, it does not discourage him to continue selling. The hope is that the Indonesian government can find solutions for vendors of imported used clothing to not diminish the sales.
Tetap berjualan, Mas.
Untuk omset, Mas, omsetnya sendiri tiap hari berapa?
Omset tiap hari kadang 100.000, kadang 200. Yang dijual di sini ada hoodie, ada celana, sepatu, gitu sih, Mas.
However, the many perpetrators that smuggle these used clothing are now being hunted by the police. Based on the direction of Indonesian President Joko Widodo, the Indonesian Police Chief Listio Sigit Prabowo has ordered ranks to investigate the alleged smuggling of imported used clothing in Jakarta.
Yang jelas sudah saya perintahkan seluruh wilayah yang terkait dengan pintu-pintu masuk di cukai untuk dilakukan pemeriksaan. Dan kalau nanti kedapatan ditemukan ada penyelundupan yang memang itu dilarang oleh pemerintah, saya minta untuk ditindak tegas.
Meanwhile, the buyer of used clothing, a man named Hendra, said that he bought these used clothes for his son due to economic conditions. And according to him, the quality of imported goods, despite being used, is still good. And the price is also affordable, which is why the ban on the sale of used imported clothing from the Indonesian government is strongly unfavored.
Pertama, kualitasnya kan kalau barang impor kan meskipun bekas kan masih bagus. Kedua, harganya kan lebih murah. Yes, kita sebagai orang menengah ke bawah kan harganya lebih murah, kualitasnya bagus. Kan nggak harus beli baru kan, yang penting kita cocok sama keuangan.
Tahu nggak ini mau di stop oleh pemerintah? Tahu?
Wah, belum tahu.
Kalau ini di stop oleh pemerintah, responnya gimana?
Kalau bisa ya janganlah, kasihan orang-orang yang
Dagang gitu.
Dagang juga, terus orang-orang yang tidak mampu ya kan, mau beliin anaknya, uangnya nggak ada loh.
Indonesia has a very large archipelago of islands, and the water and sea makes it able to facilitate many smuggling crimes. Various efforts are now being made by the government, one of which is carrying out the destruction of used imported clothing as an effort of law enforcement and consumer protection.